Sarah Huck, Disinfectant, the silver lining to childbed fever. Today we wouldn't let doctors near us with an already used needle. We wouldn't be operated on with an already bloody knife. Today, no one would let anyone get near anyone with something that hasn't been completely sterilized. But in 1846, things were a bit different. My smock would be completely blood-stained until it was stiff. It would never be washed for months on end. Since my 28th birthday, I have been working here at the first clinic at Vienna General Hospital. People are dying every day in childbirth from what they call childbed fever. Only a few women contract it at home, but many here do. In over half the cases at this clinic, women have died. In the end, 1 out of every 10 women giving birth has died. No one quite understands why it happens, or even how to stop it. My clinic has more people dying from the fever than the other clinic in Vienna, run completely by women. Perhaps this is the reason why more people are dying at my clinic. It's not run by women. No. The formally educated, such as myself, do a much better job caring for their mothers. I've compared these silly clinics over and over again. Only a matter of time stands in my way before I find the cause. I'll try everything in my power. I just need time. And mind power. And imagination. You, over there, ringing the bell. Yes, you. Can you stop that? Yes, I know it signifies women dying. That's kind of why I want you to stop. Why, thank you. I figured that might be psyching the women out. Now, there's always another reason. It may sound silly, but the women in the second clinic give birth on their sides instead of their back. We could try it here. Everybody, on the count of 3, I want you to roll over onto your side. 1, 2, 3. That's fantastic. But it probably won't do you any good. Synchronized turning doesn't seem to do a whole lot for anybody. Okay, so it's not the weather, or the food, or the living habits. Those things might have some influence if we were comparing clinics that were thousands of miles away. But these even share some of the same facilities and have the same people. I just don't know where to go from here. Perhaps I should look at the bodies again. Let me go dissect something. Yeah, I'm not finding a whole lot. What was that? The baby needs to be delivered. I'll be right there. Fantastic. I already have my tools out. Another poor woman and her child died of childbed fever. I just don't know how to stop it. And I wonder why. The baby hasn't been exposed to anything. Not weather, not food, nor vapors. It can't be any of those things causing its death. If only I could figure out how to stop this. My friends say I have a zest for discovery, and it's making me restless. They say it's making them restless. It's also making my boss, the director of both clinics, restless. He thinks I'm putting the hospitals in a bad light, looking through all these papers. I think he just wants me out of the job. When the old doctor wanted his job back, he was immediately given it, putting me out of the work for 4 whole months. But eventually I got my job back. And now, I'm going to take a vacation to Venice. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to head out. What was that, Dr. Jacob? He's going hiking this weekend. Have a nice weekend. He always does what's good for him. What a healthy man. finger while dissecting the body. Dr. Jacob dissected a body with childbed fever and cut his own finger. What happened to his finger? It swelled up right before he died. Let me see him. I can clearly see that the disease that Jacob died from was childbed fever. The cause of death was his finger wound contaminated with particles from the dead body. The particles caused his death. The same particles that caused the woman to die in the first place. I get it. We all dissect dead bodies, and then we help the new mothers. So parts of the dead bodies that cause the disease touch the new mothers and their children, and then they become contaminated. But the women in the second clinic don't dissect bodies, so they don't spread the disease. It all makes sense. But wait, we have to figure out how to get rid of these particles. Soap and water won't work. You can still smell the stench of the dead bodies. You must wash with chloride lime till you can't smell any of the bad smells anymore. And the same with all our instruments. No more smell means no more disease. What was that? I should publish my findings. I'm sure I should eventually. I've never liked writing. It might take me a while. My ideas have worked and the results are immediate. Death rates have dropped from 11% to 2% in a matter of 4 months. It's amazing. An unfortunate oozing cancer incident caused us to find that washing hands between patients is probably the most beneficial. And keeping these patients away from others is critically important because the particles can travel by air. My results have spread all throughout Europe now, without me publishing a big book. But many won't listen because it took so long to get anything published. Darn procrastination. Many people feel guilty that they spread disease to others, so they killed themselves. But even more, claim that they have had no part in these deaths, these murders. I just don't understand it. Now they want to send me to an insane asylum. Apparently calling physicians who refuse to wash their hands murderers is a little bit out of the question. It's frowned upon. I don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to ironically die from blood poisoning and childbed fever. We'll see. Should it not be my fate to see with my own eyes the happy future, the firm belief that this time will come will cheer my dying hour. I, Ignaz Semmelweis, died in 1865. 5 years later, Pasteur of France found that germs cause disease and that these germs could be gotten rid of by washing hands. Today, we wash hands all the time, and health practices based on my ideals have spread throughout hospitals throughout the world. My ideas have contributed to the life expectancy doubling to close to 60 years as opposed to the 30 before. Today, we use antibacterial soap all the time to get rid of germs, but that's a different story.